After 3 long weeks, Drumsy has made his grand return. Many of us doubted his return. Many of us thought that it would be silly for him to return and continue making videos while missing a major player in his content, a major important figure who has left so soon. Questions remain. Does Drumsy still have it in him to continue making videos? Is this video worth your time while missing a major contributor to his channel? Is this Italian guy a worthy addition to the channel? Let us proceed forward. The first thing I notice about this video is it's pretty much an homage to early Drumsy, when he first started making these VRCHAT videos. The title being "This Italian Boy is Too Nice for VRCHAT" is pretty much just an homage to those old titles where they'd always have the word boy or girl in them. The thumbnail as well pretty much just reeks of early Drumsy. And honestly, this is a change that we certainly needed. A lot of the more recent Drumsy videos are pretty much just Uno videos or like weird game shows, things like that. And while you can have whatever opinions on these videos, some people say that Drumsy started to fall off when these were being made. I personally disagree, as I find a lot of these videos to be quite entertaining. Well, except for the Uno videos. Those are pretty damn boring if you ask me, and there's way too many of them. They're essentially the Tegrity Farms episodes of Drumsy, where they're not inherently bad per se, but once you see one, you've practically seen them all. Plus, it's not like Drumsy completely abandoned the old format, even during the time he was making those Uno videos and stuff, because he still makes a lot of classic adventure-style VRChat videos. In fact, that's like the majority of what he makes, even in modern day. It just sometimes gets overshadowed by the game show-esque videos that he also makes on the side. So if I'm being honest, this return to the old format and the old style of videos is definitely something we all needed. With that out of the way, let's talk about the center of this video. The Italian boy in question, Il Braccione. No, I don't want to jump to conclusions and try to say that he's going to be a permanent member of Drumsy. I mean, there's a good chance that he's probably going to be a full-time member, but there's no way saying that for sure. With that out of the way, I do really wish that he becomes an occurring member of the Drumsy channel, especially because we seriously need someone to fill that gap that Illy left behind. Not to replace her, not at all, but someone who she could pass the torch to. And I think that Il Braccione is the perfect person that she can pass that torch to. Why do I think this? Because he honestly has a lot of that same positive energy that Illy once carried on. He has a very positive outlook on life, despite the government and economy and a bunch of other issues that are ruining society today. Even though there's all this loss and corruption in the world, as he said, he still manages to live a positive life. And what I personally think is special is that he encourages Drumsy to have a positive outlook on his life as well. Il Braccione was honestly someone that Drumsy seriously needed in times like this. On his second channel, he tried to keep up the positive attitude, but that lingering thought of Illy's loss is still there, and is still very prevalent. Drumsy needed this person in his life to encourage him to live on, to live his life to its fullest, and not let the loss of someone he cared so much affect him in the end. Because there's so much to live for, according to him. There are many reasons to be negative, but this is a man who is able to spread light and spread hope to those who are most desperate in need, which in a way is very similar to Illy. Illy was also a very positive, open-minded being who was always spreading light and hope wherever she went. There was this one video on Illy's channel, I don't know if you remember it because it's practically lost media now, but it was basically this video where she rambled on about basically just giving us encouragement during dark times. She made this video during the COVID pandemic, which is around the time I discovered Drumsy's channel. And this was a video I honestly needed to see in my life because she goes on about how we're all going to be okay in the end. And even though times look dark, or at least they did during those times in the pandemic and the lockdown and all that, She encouraged us to keep moving forward and that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that we're all gonna be okay in the end, no matter what. Il Braccione honestly gives a very similar vibe to how Illy approached things and how Illy encouraged us to move forward in life, and how Illy gave us hope and light during dark times. It's nice to also see that Drumsy himself is also thankful for meeting Il Braccione, as he was someone who definitely gave him encouragement, and in a way was very similar to Illy, a positive figure with a goofy accent, spreading light, hope, and liberty wherever they went. Now, as for the contents of the video itself, what do I think of them? Honestly, this video is kinda forgettable and not really that funny. I mean, I don't blame him, and I wasn't expecting some grandiose, hilarious, laugh-out-loud adventure, especially since this was a return to form to the classic style of videos, and a lot of those videos were very improv-y and kinda nonsensical. Not saying that every old Drumsy video was not hilarious and a laugh-out-loud adventure, because there were definitely standouts that were, to this day, still absolutely hilarious videos, but this one wasn't really much of that. The whole plot was just, I don't know, he meets this Italian guy and they go to a disco together and they bring up Michael Jackson, and I don't know, it's kind of, I mean, it's okay, but, you know, it's one of those Drumsy videos where it's basically about nothing. And sometimes a Drumsy video that's just about nothing is just all you need. I'd argue that Illy Hospital video was just a video that was just essentially just nothing, and that's my favorite Drumsy video of all time. I think what truly matters about this video is just the heart. It's not a video you'd go into expecting it to be the funniest thing ever, but you can at least get emotional over it, in the same way that you can get emotional over a video like the Illy Hospital video. Videos like these usually tend to be less on the humor and focus more on the heart, which this video certainly delivers. I kind of like the part where the disco actually starts and Drumsy isn't dancing at all, but there's a bunch of GIFs that were dancing. That was kind of funny, but other than that, this isn't a very noteworthy video in terms of humor. Overall, while this isn't the funniest Drumsy video ever made, it's certainly a bittersweet and heartwarming video. To see someone like Il Braccione, someone who can carry that same positive spirit and energy that Illy once left behind, someone who can ease Drumsy through these dark times, someone who can convince him to keep living life to its fullest and stay oblivious to all the darkness in this world. With all my heart, I really hope that Il Braccione continues to make appearances on Drumsy's channel and become a fully fledged member of the crew. Because it feels like Illy herself has sent this angel to guide Drumsy, as well as pass the torch that she once carried on. To rate this video, I think a 6 out of 10 would be a perfect place for it. It's not exactly a funny video, but the heartwarming and bittersweet nature of it certainly gives it an advantage and makes it a worthwhile video. I am expecting more from this soft reboot of Drumsy's channel. I do want to see what else Drumsy can do to push the boundaries of his channel to its absolute limits. While it is nice to see a return to form for the channel, I want to see Drumsy and the crew get more creative. Even in the early years, they were still able to push out some batshit crazy videos akin to what Drumsy tends to make now. It is only a matter of time until Drumsy is able to pull that off, and prove that his channel can still be great without the presence of Illy.